Hello there, UCA High School. I'm really excited about our chapel today, but it's going to be a little bit different than some of our chapels have been. And so I needed to give you guys some information up front just to let you know what we're about to do. So we've been talking about how the image of God actually gives importance to human life. And we've talked about how that general principle applied in the Bible, and then last week we talked about how that applies to the life of the unborn. But this chapel is going to focus on how that applies to you in particular, as a human being created in God's image. And when we even talk about the idea of life, I think that there's a bunch of different ways that we can look at it. Sometimes we think about biological life, that we are breathing and our heart is beating, and in the Greek, there's actually there's a few different words to describe life. But two that I want to draw your attention to is Zoe and Psyche. Both of these are Greek words that are used to describe life in the New Testament. And that Zoe is that, yes, I am alive and breathing, I'm animated, I'm moving around. But then also this idea of psyche, there's an internal world to your life. You have a mind, you have emotions, you have feelings, you have thoughts. All of these are connected to this psyche part of your life. And that Greek word psyche is where we get words like psychology and psychiatry and all of that type of stuff. And so what we're going to look at today is we're going to be looking at how the Imago Dei shapes the importance of your psyche. Right? That God cares not just about keeping your heart beating and making sure you're alive, but God deeply cares about your internal life as well. And we know that high school in general can be a rough time, but then high school in the 2020-2021 school year can be specifically and pointedly more difficult in some ways. And so today's chapel is going to be kind of talking about different ways that life can get difficult and different ways that we as humans have problems with our psyches, that the ways that we struggle in our psyches. And so we are going to be talking about issues like depression and self-worth and body image and anxiety and these types of things. And we're going to do it in sort of a breakout room type setup. And so what we're going to do is each of you guys will be dismissed to classrooms that your specific class, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, will be hearing four different speakers. And so these four speakers will cycle every 10 minutes or so. If you are one of our online people in our online community, just log into the normal chapel link that you can find in Canvas, and then you will get those four speakers cycled through for you. And then afterwards, after the fourth session is done, we'll be gathering back together in the gym to have a time of reflection where you guys can receive prayer. I know that if we talk about heavy topics, we don't want to just be like, here's a bunch of heavy topics, good luck with your life. But we want to give you an opportunity to express yourself either to God in worship, or by having a teacher pray over you, or maybe one of our speakers pray over you. And so I hope and pray that today's chapel is a blessing to you, that you guys feel known and seen and heard, and that the image of God that makes you so special, that makes your psyche and your Zoe, your life, so precious to God, is fully seen by you and others today. Hope we have a great chapel, guys.